a lot of talk of ROI, right? There's a lot of talk about how do we measure effectiveness. Can you tell us about the kind of metrics that you've been using to measure and any outcomes that you think are really wonderful outcomes that you've been able to drive?
The subject of ROI comes in when there is a not very surety about what learning is trying to do.
True.
And once leaders are closely connected to learners through these leader in residence, leader teach leader, KIP, mentoring, coaching the class, they know what impact is actually happening in the class and outside. When managers talk to employees who've gone to learning programs and actually watch the change come about, the question of ROI actually goes away, so to say. That doesn't mean that we don't focus on ROI. We of course focus on ROI. If we are doing a program, let's say on coaching, foundations of coaching program that we ran, we called it Conversations That Count. So if we ran that for 3,500 mid-managers of the organization, then we saw what is the impact that employee engagement scores, and specifically those relevant employee engagement scores around learning and satisfaction with learning, etc. in the organization. How's that going up? And we've seen significant jump of 5 to 6 points in a space of year or two happen. So that's how you can measure impact. If you are doing programs around negotiation skill, then you can track what has been the benefit certified by, let's say, head of finance of businesses to say pre and post, what is the benefit that has accrued. If you talk about inspirational leadership, then the employees are able to share how differently do they see their leaders now, having been through a program. And most of our programs have a sustenance leg as well. We don't just do a 2-day or a 3-day program. It has a sustenance leg of 6 months.
Sure.
And through which people are allowed to reflect, through which they are allowed to experiment and bring about a change at their workplace. And all of that becomes visible for employees. If it's an inspirational leadership program, employee can see how has the individual or leader changed and is able to feed us back. So there are various mechanisms of measuring impact. But as I said, if leaders are adequately involved, if managers are adequately involved, the very question of ROI doesn't come.
I really like that, right? Because it's so close to what they are experiencing every day that they are sort of proponents themselves, and the question of ROI doesn't really come up.
Absolutely. We run this ABG coach program, and we have today 200 plus certified ABG coaches, which means they've gone through a 6-month extensive education, but also practice of coaching to be certified. And then they are coaching at any given time. They are coaching at least one person inside the organization, and so high potentials are being groomed by these ABG coaches. So because I want to know how's that coaching going, and external coaching has a particular standard, how well is it going? So I, on an ongoing basis, not only do surveys, my team, all of us don't only do surveys, but we also get into focus groups. And recently I was in a focus group where I was asking people, the coaches, who have had ABG coach them. I said, how's the program gone for you, the coaching program gone for you? And out of 8, 6 of them said it has gone wonderfully. It has helped them. Self-introspect. The coach has been like a mirror. They've talked about how their beliefs and assumptions and value systems have started to get changed through those conversations. So very heartening to see how you are able to see shifts, and how coachee himself or herself is saying that there are shifts that I'm able to see through what the coach is imparting to me. So on a continuous basis, and this is not only to kind of feel good that the program is going well, it is also to see are there course corrections that are required. So for example, I said 6 out of 8 went well in this case. 2, it didn't go well. And interestingly, when I asked what happened, these 2 both mentioned that we were busy and therefore didn't ask for regular meetings. And to me, that is a drop. Now that, so there are, you clap with both the hands, right? So there is one coach and a coachee both. And so how is it that we can get the coach also to be a little more persistent? And if the coachee is kind of not coming, then how is it that coach can be more persistent and more calendarized in their approach to setting up interactions? And so we learn from those. When I do a focus group like that, when my team does focus group like that, we learn and we improve as we go along.